is on the menu for today. It is Oson. Oson means steamed fish. It is considered to be an exquisite traditional Korean dish. The Korean way of cooking sun includes Oson as well as Oisun, Hobaksun, and Gajisun. Typically, sun includes vegetables as the main ingredient and meat which are then steamed. In Oisun, Hobaksun, and Gajisun, the main ingredient is vegetables. However, the distinguishing characteristic of Oson is the fish. More Than Kimchi would sincerely like to invite you to discover the Korean way of cooking sun. Shall we begin now?
안녕하세요. I'm Chung Hwa-young. Welcome to More Than Kimchi, where you can experience the pleasure of Korean cuisine. Today, we're going to make Oson, which is steamed fish roll. Shall we first say hello to our instructor, Mrs. 한복녀? 선생님 안녕하세요. 오늘도 잘 부탁드리겠습니다. We also have Yvette in here with us. Hi, Yvette. Thanks for coming.
Hello. I'm excited to learn about this dish.
Nice to have you here. So first, shall we take a look at the Oson, the ingredients that we need, steamed fish rolls. Here I have the ingredients. But this dish, you're going to stuff with a lot of different ingredients before we steam. So we're going to have a lot of ingredients today to show you. Let's start with the fish here. This is a fillet of cod and a cucumber, egg, two kinds of mushrooms. 표고버섯, which is shiitake mushrooms, 서기버섯, which is stone mushrooms, carrot, ground meat, and the cornstarch. For the seasoning of the fish, we're going to have ginger juice, rice wine, black pepper, and salt. For the meat, we're going to have soy sauce, sesame oil, sesame seeds, sugar, chopped garlic, and chopped green onions, and some pepper. And later, we're going to also make a mustard sauce, which we need mustard powder, vinegar, some soy sauce, and some sugar. So these are the ingredients we're going to make today. We're going to use. 선생님 뭐부터 할까요?
예, 이제 생선살을 먼저 만져야 되겠죠?
So we're going to start with the fish. I'll pass this to you. So as I said, this is the fillet of cod, but actually you can use any kind of white fish would work.
Any kind of white
Any
fish?
kind like flounder or red snapper.
Okay.
So the important thing is the white meat, white fish that doesn't have too much bones.
예, 생선살을 이렇게 큰 조각으로
Yeah.
떠주세요.
So you are making a fillet of the cod. Try to make it as thin and as big as possible because you're going to roll later with other stuffs.
그래서 그쪽에 보시면 떠놓은 생선이 있죠?
So as you can see, we did this in advance. You make a nice thin fillet.
Wow.
So you could use cod or flounder or fillet of sole would be fine.
So anything that's solid enough that it won't fall
That's
apart.
right, and
while
also
you're
less
cutting it.
probably bone. You don't want too bony fish for this dish.
Yeah.
예, 그래서 이제 간을 해야
So we're going to
되거든요.
season.
저거
I'll
좀
pass this to
주시겠어요?
Mrs.
네.
Han. These are what I introduced before that you're going to use for
네, 이제
fish.
술 냄새 때문에
Right, because of the fish smell, we use rice wine. This is
예.
just the rice wine.
예, 소금,
Salt, 소금,
그다음에
And
이거는
ginger juice.
juice.
생강,
예, 그다음에
and then
후추.
pepper. And for rice wine, if you don't have, you can use any dry wine or cooking sherry will do.
Oh, okay. And with the ginger juice, is that just ground up ginger in
Yes,
your
yes.
food
a ground-
processor?
That's, actually, we use small tool, or you can sometimes use your knife. Whatever you prefer is fine. It's just plain kind of, ground
Okay.
ginger.
저쪽에도
And then shall
생선이
we, you have
있는데
a there fillet of
이거 가지고
cod
예,
there,
예, 이렇게 해서
and then you just
재워놓으세요.
Just use my hands?
right, and we're gonna marinate just a little bit.
Okay.
All the sauces.
냄새도
Yeah.
없애고 그다음에 소금에 절이면은 이게 물이 빠져서 좀
Yeah,
단단하게
right.
되거든요.
So what you need is you need a kind of hard meat, fish meat. So by using salt and then the wine, you not only eliminate the fish smell, but also the meat of fish becomes kind of hard.
Oh.
So it'll be easier for us to roll later. So that's why we are putting fish, and we need to really get rid of the moist later because you don't want the moist for this dish. 그렇죠, 선생님?
네.
What shall we do
그다음에
next? Now
이제
it's the beef,
고기하고
right?
표고버섯이 있어요.
Yeah. And we're gonna marinate next time the meat and also the shiitake mushroom 표고버섯. These are dried, and we already have some that was soaked in water. Sometimes for about 30 minutes with warm water. So you do need to soak in when you buy dried
Okay.
표고버섯 or shiitake mushrooms. And when we season, basically beef and the mushrooms, usually we use same kind of a seasoning sauce. That's why today we can just mix it.
Now, how high a flame do we want this?
Pretty high.
Pretty high?
Yes.
And do we use oil in the pan?
Uh-huh.
We have some oil to.
Yes, we'll leave this for a while.
그다음에 채소를 해야 되는데요.
So while Mrs. Han's going to show next time how we're going to
네,
prepare the vegetable.
Okay.
Shall we turn it down a little bit?
채를
It's later.
썰어줘야 되는데 오이는 가운데
right.
이렇게 있으니까 벗겨야 돼요.
Yeah. As other dishes, same as before, we're going to use only outer layer of cucumber because the center it has the seedy parts, and we don't really want to use because it's too mushy. Because then we're going to make a strips of cucumber. So you discard the central part,
채를 좀
and this is your job. You're going to make a strips
Okay.
with the
Just
cucumber.
very slender strips.
Right.
Okay.
And as I said, we are only using the outer part of the cucumber.
So the
And-
very, very green part.
Right. So you, as I, you are not using the central part because it's kind of mushy and seedy. So while Yvette is cutting the cucumber, Mrs. Han is going to prepare the carrot, and the same size and then same shape. So for cucumber, what we do is we sprinkle with a little bit of salt, and the purpose is not only for the salt seasoning, but also we want to get rid of the moist that cucumber has.
Oh,
So we
yes.
sprinkle with salt and let it sit for a while.
And it'll just
Yes,
suck the
right.
moisture out.
That's right. So
That's
we
great.
leave it on here for a while. This sogebosot is very important in Korean cooking because it gives a nice black color. Probably this is the only vegetable that gives you a black color. And
Is that a reason why you would use it? Is because of the color?
not only the subtle flavor, but also color, because the color is very important with any cuisine. And this we call sogebosot stone mushroom is because it grows on the surface of a stone.
Oh,
so when you
really?
clean, it is very important. Make sure you take all the sands.
소금 넣은 건 물기를 빼겠습니다.
Right.
볶아야
That is
되니까.
Right. So here we are squeezing out all the liquid from the cucumber before we pan fry. So one side we are cooking two kinds of vegetables, and one side you will cook the beef and the 표고버섯, shiitake mushrooms. So you stir fry over here. Yeah. Right. And for vegetable, you really do not need to cook too long. It just is a very brief time.
Okay.
For beef and mushrooms, you cook until beef is all browned. Make sure it's evenly spread.
It smells wonderful.
Yes.
That marinade is really good.
So here we are cooking for the stuffing of the fish that we prepared. You have a beef and mushrooms on this side, and here we have the cucumber and the carrot. The color is really nice,
Oh,
you know.
it's beautiful. Yes.
And
I
it's
like.
important not to cook too long to have that nice green and then carrot, the orange
소개버섯이
colors.
그쪽에 또 있죠.
Yeah, here over here.
Now, are you pan frying them very quickly just to get crunchiness, or what?
Right. You don't really need to cook it fully, and later we're going to steam too. And here, this is a stone mushroom. We are stir frying with a little bit of salt and a little bit of vegetable oil just to grease the pan.
I think this is probably done.
Okay, why don't you put that out? You have a plate over there.
Okay.
So ingredients are pretty much done. I'll move this over this side.
Big spoon here.
Okay. There, that's good.
Okay.
Cooked beef and the mushrooms,
생선
and then vegetables here.
예, 해놨던 거 있었죠?
Yeah. Shall I
예,
pass you?
생선에 물기를 없애야
Right, over
되거든요.
here.
생선에 물기를
Pass
예.
you
These?
the fish, fillet of
Oh,
fish.
my fish that
So
I've
this is the
marinated.
fillet of cod that's been marinated.
예.
And what we need to do is take off the
생선에
moisture.
물기를 좀
Okay.
흘러서 볶아주세요.
Oh, I see. We need to
Right.
make it dry.
Right, because we marinated before with the sauce.
Right.
And then we're going to take out all the moist from the fillet. That looks pretty good.
That looks good.
Yeah. Okay.
지단 크게 붙인 게 있었어요.
Yeah.
저기
Clean my
보시면
Yeah,
place
I'd like
here.
to show that to our viewers.
These are
And in
beautiful.
advance, we made egg crepes, and this also we're going to use it as a wrapper with the fish. So this is egg yolk that we made, just a plain crepe of egg
Right.
yolk.
And just with the egg yolk, so
Egg
it's
yolks.
nice yellow color.
Then you spread the egg yolk crepe, And this is cornstarch. You're going to sprinkle the cornstarch. Can we put down there?
Sure.
Here.
먼저
Right. Let's take a look what she does first.
녹말을
So you sprinkle the cornstarch
예.
on the surface of the egg yolk. And of course, the purpose is later you want to attach them together.
뿌려서 이렇게 전체
Okay.
Attach it to the fish.
Right, right. It's almost like you sometimes you use flour, you know.
Oh, yeah.
전체 이렇게
Is this also
해주세요.
maybe to take out some of the moisture? Does that help?
Sure,
or-
sure. But it's important before we use fish, you take out all the moist with your
Yes.
towel.
Yes.
And then you are spreading the fish you prepared.
Okay.
So one nice thin layers. Because you are rolling it, it is very important to leave a little bit of space at the top. So that way you can finish that part as you roll it. That looks good.
이음새 부분에
Is
Yeah.
it too much?
녹말을
or-
Right.
이렇게 묻혀주세요.
Yeah.
서로 생선.
And then you're going to sprinkle the cornstarch powder where you are, there's
Where they
fishes,
overlap?
right. So that way they will be kind of stick together as they cook.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Then sprinkle a little bit more.
And is
So this sort of works like a glue as they cook.
oh, I see. Okay.
예.
There.
Out of that.
Yeah.
네, 그러면 여기 준비한 재료들을 갖다
Now we are putting the
넣으셔야 돼요.
stuffings.
Okay.
예.
We start with
갖다가
the
제가 고기 넣거든요.
예.
보시죠?
so start with the meat and the
표고버섯.
표고버섯, shiitake mushrooms.
And we just put it on the end there?
Right. So you put one layer of meat and the 표고버섯, shiitake mushrooms.
That looks delicious.
Smells nice too.
네.
And then the vegetables. So think of the color combination. So we will have next carrot, strips of carrots.
Just little pieces.
Looks nice.
저도 좀
Yeah.
This is very pretty.
Right. All 5 different colors we have here.
Yes, 5 colors are important in Korea,
Yes,
aren't they?
yes.
Do we, what
Yeah.
does she want?
Let's
Oh,
let
she wants-
Mrs. Han gets what she needs first. So
됐어요.
carrot, cucumber, and black color, which is a stone mushroom, 서기버섯,
네. 그다음에
and then egg yolk and egg white strips.
넣어도 되고
Oh, so we have egg inside as well as the wrapper.
right, for coloring. And when you really are trying at home, you don't really have to use all the ingredients. If you prefer something more, you can use more. Or if it's too much work for you to prepare 5 different things, maybe you can put 3 different kinds. That would be nice too.
I think what's nice about using all 5 colors is that if you have a guest to your house and you
Right.
serve this, you can explain the importance of those 5
That's
colors.
right, yes.
So it's a real cultural meal.
Yeah, that's right. These are the nice, important colors for Korean cuisine. Do we have all the colors there?
I think we do. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yep.
5.
That's good. A little bit of space there. That's good.
그
Now it's the
다음에
fun part where we
여기서
roll
여기를
it.
꼭 이렇게
You have to
잡으세요.
look
위에
very carefully.
Okay.
손을
You
움직이지
hold
않게
the stuffing so it won't move.
안으로 감까
You push it,
Oh,
and
I see.
then
Push it in.
as you push it, you roll it. So you need to do it at the same
I
time.
see.
여기
And you try to make it very tight as you roll it.
여기.
So later it won't spread
이렇게 해서
apart.
Okay, and then I need to pull this out
Right.
so I don't roll it
And
up
then
in the
press
food.
it very hard as you roll it again. A little bit
위에
more.
거를 이렇게 당기면서
Right.
Okay,
That's
pull that
right.
up.
And then you just keep rolling and press it hard.
힘을 주면서
This is a little like rolling a poster very tight.
Yes. Same idea. So that's why this bamboo scroll is a very important tool to make this dish.
끝에까지
Keeps it all
됐죠?
even
That's
too.
right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
그다음에
And at the edge where you have the space we left,
I need the
sprinkle a
little
little bit more of the glue, cornstarch. That's good.
This
Little
is
bit
fun.
more.
This is a very fun recipe, I think. and
Yes,
it's-
it is. Shall we spread it here? This is a
이렇게
wet
넣고,
cloth here.
이렇게
Oh, I wrap it in the cloth
Right.
예.
Shall we do with the scroll too? Right here.
with the scroll.
Wow.
This is exciting. I've
Yeah.
always wondered how you did this.
Curious what's going to turn out after
Yeah.
this.
이렇게
Especially with me doing it. How is it going to turn out?
에다가
Yeah.
찌는데
And then we're going to
먼저
steam. This is how you
시원한
steam
게
with the
있어요.
bamboo scroll inside.
Now, why do you include the bamboo scroll and the cloth?
So the cloth does, to even out the moisture. When you steam, sometimes it's very strong, sometimes slightly, less strong.
Okay.
So you evens out the moist, but also you hold the shape nicely
Ah.
once it's cooked.
이게 먼저 짜진 거거든요.
So this is the one we already steamed. Let's see how it turned out. Wow. It's a bamboo scroll. Right. Use a
Okay.
tool, please.
Yes, I'd like to. It's like a present.
Yes.
Oh, how pretty.
예.
Wow, it
Before
really does
you-
hold together.
That's right. And let's wait until.
네, 이게 이제 식었어요.
Right.
이렇게
But do we
식으면
need to wait until it cool down before you slice
네,
it?
네.
It is important for you to wait a little bit to cool it off before you slice
So
it.
it doesn't fall
Right.
apart.
So shall we look at what the Mrs. Han is making? So we leave it there.
식도록
Right.
기다리고요.
So while we are waiting, I told you before we're going to have a dipping sauce, which is vinegar mustard sauce.
Right.
So why don't we make a vinegar the mustard sauce?
넣고요.
So we put the vinegar, and then you mix it before you put other things. You need to make it like a cream texture.
설탕.
After she does that, I'll put some sugar. That's good. And then we'll have some sugar. One more.
It's a nice blend of flavors. The hot is
The sauce is pretty much done. Yeah.
좀
pour it in a little bowl.
Yes.
It's always nice to have these
Yeah.
beautiful Korean dishes for your food. Koreans do that. Serving
So here we
food so
have
well.
vinegar mustard sauce ready. And if you prefer just the soy sauce, you can also make vinegar soy sauce
Okay.
instead of this mustard.
이렇게 해주시고요.
Yes.
그러면은
I'll put it over here.
식었겠죠?
네,
저 어선이
네.
썰어야 되겠습니다.
It's pretty cool off, and we're gonna slice it.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
first watch what Mrs. Han is doing.
썰면은 한번 보죠.
Ta-da!
Oh,
Oh, how
wow.
pretty!
됐죠?
All those different
한 입에
ingredients.
먹을 수 있을 크기로.
Yeah.
I've never seen the kimbap with the
Yeah.
bright
Yeah.
yellow.
Would you
Yeah,
like to
썰어
cut there
보세요.
too?
Yes.
So what you're doing is you are making the bite size. Make about a half an inch or so.
Half an okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So make a bite size. And in Korean food, we are not using, we are only using chopsticks and spoons. So it's important you are cutting to bite size. So we don't really serve big chunk of food.
I
Always
like
bite
that.
size.
네.
Yeah.
자, 그러면은
Now we
이제
will-
담아야 되겠습니다.
Oh, it's just so
That's
pretty.
so pretty.
It's wonderful for summer.
Yes.
Bright yellow
Uh-huh.
sunshine color.
That's very nice.
그래서 놔주시고 또 여기 바깥에
Shall we add some of what Yvette made here? Just add some of those.
Now, does the color get brighter as it cools down? The yellow?
No, it's basically stays, it's already bright enough. I think it's very pretty. Add a couple more. Here, that's good.
뜨거우면
Oh,
속이
pretty.
부서지니까.
Yeah. And it is very important for you wait until it cools down, otherwise it will break. So this is a cold dish that you wait until it's totally cool off and you slice
Slice it.
and then serve. So this is awesome we made. It's a steamed fish roll with lots of different stuffings. How did you like today's recipe?
It was very fun.
Yeah. Do you have a similar kind of dish with your diet?
Only other Asian dishes.
Yeah.
Western dishes, we don't
Not
roll
much?
things very often.
Yeah. I think this is a very dish. So shall we take a look at the ingredients and the procedure one more time?
Korea's four seasons, rich soil, and diverse landscape all contribute to the growth of many vegetables. A long time ago, people ate these vegetables raw. Now, vegetables are cultivated and have been made into tastier dishes by cooking them with sauces. During the months of May and June, dishes made with eggplant, cucumber, and squash are very refreshing. The crunchy-tasting hobak sun, namely squash sun, is considered one of the best vegetable dishes. Hobak sun is prepared by cutting the squash in 3, then partially slicing the center of the squash. It is then placed in salt water. The shiitake mushrooms and beef are thinly sliced and marinated in the sauce and afterwards fried in a pan. These ingredients are then stuffed in the squash. With a little soy sauce, the stuffed squash is cooked until done. The art of making Korean sun has been passed down from the ancient royal family. Once the squash is cooked, the egg yolk, egg white, and red pepper are sliced and then placed on top as the finishing touch. Compared to the West, Korea has a variety of vegetables such as 채소, 산채, and dullamul. 채소 is a garden vegetable, whereas 산채 can be found in the mountains and dullamul grows in the fields. Squash, cucumber, and eggplants are all 채소, garden vegetables. Like all vegetables, eggplants are filled with vitamins and minerals. Gaji-sun is prepared by slicing the eggplant horizontally. The marinated meat and mushrooms are then stuffed inside the eggplant. Sometimes mashed tofu is added for extra taste. Vegetables that are slightly cooked taste the best not only in gaji-sun, but also in other dishes. In Korea, during the 17th and 18th centuries, vegetables such as squash, cucumber, and red pepper were imported from China. They have been cultivated in Korea ever since. The bright color of red peppers add in making any dish look tastier. There are 3 differences in preparing oisan. One difference is that the cucumber is sliced diagonally along the outer peeling. The second difference is that the cucumber needs to be cooked first and then marinated ingredients are added. Lastly, oisan has a special sauce called danchokmul, made from vinegar, salt, and sugar, which is served with the dish. The Korean traditional Sun cuisine is considered an art form. It requires much patience in following the elaborate instructions and carefully adding of the finishing touches.
I hope you enjoy the sun dish today you just seen. We use many different ingredients to make sun. Basically, sun dish is, it's stuffed and steamed. Here we have oson, and we also have oisan where you just seen. And then eggplants, you can use different kinds. 선생님 먹어볼까요? Let's 듭시다. So we'll let Mrs. Han starts first.
하나씩 갖다 놓으시고요.
Oh, how pretty.
These are beautiful.
겨자는 조금만 해야 될 것 같아요.
And this is very
매우니까.
spicy. So she advised you just put a little bit.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
There.
감사합니다.
감사합니다, 선생님. So mustard sauce and steamed fish. Nice combination.
This is wonderful.
Yeah, very nice. And this oftentimes we use as an appetizer because the mustard vinegar is sweet. Mustard sauce really is good for your appetizing. So oftentimes it will be good as an appetizer.
Is this something you would have with soju or wine?
That's fine too. That will be fine. But I was thinking about how you can use with your diet. You know, if you would like to make appetizer, it would be really a nice way.
This would be wonderful
Yeah,
at a cocktail party.
That's true. Yeah.
Especially because it is so colorful and fun.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
perfect, yeah. Also, if you don't really like the spicy mustard sauce, you can make it slightly less mustard sauce and less mustard powder. That way it's not as spicy as, you know, as what it is now. And also, vinegar soy sauce is also a nice substitute to use.
That would be
그렇죠,
wonderful.
선생님?
Now,
Yeah.
how would this be used in Korea? Is this more of a fancy dish?
Oh, I think so. Definitely, it's something you prepare for special occasions, and it's not necessarily an appetizer in Korean food because we don't really serve as courses. I know many restaurants they do nowadays, but traditionally we put a lot of side dishes together. So this is the one nice dish you serve with the rest of the side dish.
It is very tasty. What you were saying about taking out the fish taste.
Yes.
It does. It's
Yeah.
the white meat is very soft flavor, and the beef and the mushrooms are more spicy because of the marinade.
Right.
It's a nice blending.
Yeah,
of
basically this
flavors.
is a very subtle flavor dish. That's why we want to use, you know, hot mustard sauce to go with.
Yeah.
I think it's a very nice combination. 선생님 다른 걸 또 뭐 쓸 수도 있을까요? 이 재료로서요.
예, 그러니까 이제 생선 대신에요. 뭐 닭살을 해가지고 이렇게 쫙 깐다든지, 뭐 돼지고기라든지 다른 육류를 이렇게 해서 새우도 되고, 예, 안에 넣는 건 뭐 색깔 있는 거 넣으면 같은 방법이죠.
Exactly.
네.
I was asking her what other ingredients we can use other than fish. We can also substitute shrimp or beef or
Really?
chicken meat that you mince it and then make a thin layer. Today we made a rather fancy fish dish called Oson steamed fish rolls, a perfect dish for a fancy occasion. Why don't you prepare Oson for your next party and experience the culture of Korean cuisine? Thank you both for coming today, and I thank everybody for watching. I'll see you next week on More Than Kimchi. Until then, 안녕히 계세요.